Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. There's some good news for the R&B world, okay? The legends, Brandy and Monica, are finally doing a joint tour together, and this is the smartest thing these two could have ever done. Get on tour and make some money. That's what I'm talking about. I know that Brandy and Monica are really going to put on a good show. I've actually already seen Monica in concert and she's really good. Really, really, really good. I haven't seen Brandy yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing her because I know that she's going to sing down. Also, they have special guests on the tour, including Rowland, which we're going to talk about, Money Long, and Jamal Roberts from American Idol. This is a good lineup. I do like Money Long. I like her music. I'm not familiar with Jamal Roberts, but if he won American Idol, then I know he could sing. It would have been really nice, though, if they added Jasmine Sullivan. Either Jasmine Sullivan or Fantasia. That would be a dream tour, a tour full of vocalists. But the lineup as it is cool. And Rowland is a very special surprise. I didn't expect to see Kelly open up for Brandy and Monica, and I'm not mad at it at all. A lot of people were wondering, why is she opening up for somebody? You know, she should be headlining her own tour. I do agree with that. I think that Rowland has done enough in her solo career to at least headline her own show. And if she wanted to do bigger venues, she could co-headline with other artists like Sierra, maybe Ashanti, maybe Keisha Cole. That would have been smart too, but she is opening up for Brandy and Monica, and people had a lot to say about it. Some weren't exactly happy about it. This one person said, respectfully, you shouldn't be opening for nobody. You could do your own tour, by the way. Like, what the F we doing? I'll honestly just go for Kelly because there's no way Rowland, Destiny's Child alum, is an opening act for absolutely anyone. When the opener bigger than the headliners, they think Kelly is bigger. She's too big for Brandy and Monica. You're the biggest act on this tour. One day we will talk about how Kelly and Michelle were used as stepping stones for Beyonce by her father. Golly. So now y'all want to do think pieces over the fact that she's going on tour? Ooh, wee, this is messy. And let me just say this. Kelly opening up for Brandy and Monica is not a slight in any way. If anything, that is a big opportunity. She's opening up for R&B legends. She gets to perform in big arenas. And that's great for Kelly right now because Kelly hasn't been as active musically in a while. So this is honestly a good opportunity for her. So I don't see why people are thinking that she's getting scraps here. Like, no way. She's a special guest. Her name is in bold. A lot of people are going to come out to see her too. So let's not act like she's a little fish here. But people still feel like she shouldn't open for anybody. You being an opening act for them is insane. How is she an opening act? Someone else said, a dang shame your bestie will never let you touch her stage. Shout out to Brandy and Monica for being the generous queens. So they're alluding to Beyonce not allowing Kelly to be an opening act for any of her major tours. Now I'm going to say this. Jay-Z is not allowing Kelly to be an opening act for Beyonce because that is splitting up the money. That money is supposed to go to the Carters only. You hear me? Jay-Z has Beyonce on stage trying to get that money because they have a 10-year deal with Live Nation. So in order to fulfill that deal, Beyonce has to go on tour. This is a part of her contractual obligation. And she also brings in the liquid cash that they need to run some of the businesses because it gets expensive. And also Jay-Z did take a major hit over those accusations against him because he was denied well over $100 million in loans. So he needs Beyonce to go on tour. He needs that. And allowing Rowland to open for Beyonce is just not going to work because they're going to have to split the profits. And that's not what they're trying to do at this point. And I did hear that Jay-Z is going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show next year, which is basically going to be him featuring Beyonce. And this is going to give Beyonce's Act 3 album promotion, and she'll have to go on tour again next year. Some people say that she's going to do the Betty Black tour. I don't know how true this is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened that way because once again, they need Beyonce on that stage to make money. Now, I want to move on and talk about the actor Christian Keys. Christian Keys, once again, is speaking about his show, All the Queen's Men. All the Queen's Men was a show that he created and Tyler Perry produced for BET. But it got to a point where Christian and Tyler were in a legal battle over the show, and it was alleged that Tyler was trying to strong arm the show away from Christian. And Christian attempted to expose Tyler Perry. He actually did a live and revealed that some Hollywood heavyweight was sexually harassing him for years, and a lot of people believed that he was talking about Tyler Perry.
I was the one that was sexually harassed for years. Bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. Once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work.
Now, Christian's story sounded eerily similar to another actor who recently sued Tyler Perry for sexual harassment and essay and battery. The actor's name is Derek Dixon, and in his lawsuit, he detailed the constant harassment he was receiving from Tyler Perry, and he also highlighted the fact that Christian too was allegedly harassed by Tyler Perry, but Christian was paid by Tyler's studios to keep quiet, allegedly. But now he's coming out again and he's speaking about his show and some of the behind the scenes issues he had to deal with, and he's taking his show and going to a different network.
I will say, in transparency, it is disappointing to continuously find out that your show is coming back on the internet instead of finding out from the network. And I've mentioned that in previous seasons, and it's still happening. Or to see the trailer online and have to go search for the trailer so I can try to download the trailer for the hit show that I created for this studio and this network, instead of getting it sent when everybody else is getting theirs. It does feel dismissive and disrespectful when it continues to happen and you've addressed it and it still happens. So at this point, I do not believe that the prequel series that I've written and the spinoff show, any prequel or sequels, I do not believe I'll be doing them with BET. Whether you noticed or not, season 2, my created by credit was removed. And I asked to get it back and they said no. And I ended up having to call the WGA, call the union to force the studio to give me my credit back that I had earned. I created this 15 years ago and I've been working on it for 15 years. I think God gave it to me because he knew I was going to protect it, and I will. But some things, these things got to change. In the prequel and sequel space, unfortunately, there are going to be a few personnel changes. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately, where some people get entitled or arrogant and unprofessional and, start coming to work high and inebriated on a regular basis, or start saying whatever they want to when the camera's rolling, and disrespectful ad libs and things. And those things will be addressed. So there may be some personnel changes, but the show will go on.
Now, it's interesting that Christian said that some people would show up to work being unprofessional and not being sober, and they would make some inappropriate comments while filming. He was not specific on who he was talking about, obviously, but it sounded like he was hinting at Tyler Perry, because if you looked at Derek Dixon's lawsuit, Derek said that Tyler would be drunk when he would try to come on to him, and also while he was filming on set, Tyler would make very inappropriate comments, and it sounded like Christian was hinting that Tyler was doing the same thing during the set of his show, All the Queen's Men. I'm not sure if that's the case, but that's what it seems like, okay? So yeah, it seems like Christian wants to really, really say what happened, but he can't because he was paid off. Unfortunately, his silence was bought. But he is moving his show to another network. And, I do hope things work out for him. I think it's unfortunate that he had to go through what he went through. And honestly, I think Christian Keys would have gotten more money if he did sue, because he actually had recordings of the harassment, but he took the hush money instead. So when he speaks about these things now, people are not as sympathetic, because they realize that when he spoke out before, it wasn't because he was seeking justice for himself and for other victims. It was more so he was speaking for his own self-interest regarding his TV show, you know. But I do wish him the best moving forward. I do hope he finds a home for his show, All the Queen's Men. Maybe he could get the show on Zeus. Who knows? But we shall see. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.